Hi, I'm Caleb Johnson, and I use Target Test Prep for my entire GMAT prep experience. I want to speak a little bit about that experience, as well as make some suggestions for others considering using Target Test Prep for theirs. First, to begin, a little bit of background about myself. I scored a 700 on the GMAT with a 44Q and a 41V, as well as an 8 IR. I serve as Director of Business Planning at an enterprise software company, and I graduated in 2019 with a degree in marketing. I've always viewed an MBA as kind of the next step in my business journey, and at the beginning of COVID-19, I had a little bit of extra time to pursue that. I wanted to start by working on my GMAT score, and as many do, I started that by taking a cold practice exam. I actually quit out of that practice exam about 8 questions in, realizing that I had forgotten how to do long division in elementary school. I was quite confused why there were question marks in the fractions, and I wasn't really sure what an integer was. So that shows you kind of the baseline for where I was starting in terms of math, and I knew I needed an intensive program to get me where I needed to be. So kind of perusing the forums, GMAT Club, others, I quickly identified Target Test Prep as really like the standard for a focused quant approach. But I thought, maybe I'd try something lighter first. I saw Magoosh and I was like, let's try Magoosh. And I did all of about 1 day of Magoosh. And to briefly describe my experience with them, first thing they had me do was drill flashcards for quant concepts that I had never even learned. Second thing was a load of information about the GMAT experience. And they were advising me what to eat and drink the night before the exam. And I'm thinking, this is day 1. Why do I need to be learning about what to eat and drink the night before the exam? So very quickly, within a day, I pivoted to Target Test Prep. And I didn't even do the free trial. I just signed up outright for one of the multi-month programs because I knew that I needed to go somewhere a little bit more focused. And that kind of began the 8-month process that I had using Target Test Prep. And I think when I went into the exam, it said I had logged about 400 hours in the platform. So Target Test Prep not only helped me with my GMAT preparation, it was my GMAT preparation. I needed to build up the foundational skills and then build on that foundation to actually be able to achieve the level I wanted to reach. And across all of the various topics, algebra, stats, geometry, I felt so well prepared across all of them that I kind of wished I could go back to high school and retake some of those classes with my newfound knowledge because I felt better equipped after using Target Test Prep than 4 years of high school math. And on kind of the verbal side of things, I was a little bit naturally stronger, but the grammar concepts, some of them I hadn't studied in a long time. And I went from not exactly knowing what a semicolon is used for to now arguing with my boss about whether or not semicolons should be used in various places. And I know they shouldn't. Target Test Prep told me they shouldn't be used there. So essentially, the best thing about the Target Test Prep platform is the organized approach that it offers. It offers kind of a one-stop shop for GMAT preparation. You don't feel like you need to abandon the platform. When I was using Magoosh, they were having me buy OG books, having me buy Manhattan prep books, having me watch videos from other companies. This was so focused with Target Test Prep that I felt like, and I was right, that if I went through the entire platform and trusted the process, that by the end of it, I would have all of the skills that I would need for the GMAT. And kind of the other portion that was helpful was the customer service and the personal support that the Target Test Prep team offers. Scott and some of the other individuals were just so responsive to my questions and so willing to put together custom training plans when I needed them. So to describe my process though, working through Target Test Prep, it wasn't easy and it wasn't short. When I began it, I kind of got floored initially by some of the hard quizzes. Target Test Prep offers some legitimately hard work. Some of the questions in some of these quizzes are, I think 750 plus level. And on my first hard quiz, I actually scored a 0 out of 15. And I trusted the process though. I kept working through it, and gradually my hard quizzes improved. Towards the end, I was not only meeting the accuracy benchmark, I was beating the overall averages on them. And then I doubled back and actually beat the averages on those ones that I so struggled with originally. So it was incredible to see my progression and to see how much ground target test prep covers. When I went through some of the OG, there wasn't a single question in there that wasn't based on a topic that target test prep had covered. So that just gives you so much strength to be able to go into the exam knowing that they can't throw a question at you that you're not prepared for. So lastly, the advice that I want to give to somebody considering starting the GMAT prep journey is to really train before you can compete. And I have a bit of an athletic background, some running, some lifting, and there's such a temptation that if you want to run a fast mile, just run the mile over and over again. If you want to have a heavy bench press, just bench as much as you possibly can every time you go to the gym. And you really got to train before you compete. And you see this temptation in the GMAT prep as well to just start doing CATs, start doing official practice exams, get the advanced OG book. And you can't just jump to those things. You need to build up the foundational skills. You need to do some training before you're ready to start testing. And target test prep is the perfect place to do that training. And when you finish that training, you will come out of it ready to hit 700s on the practice exams and on the official exam. So in summary, target test prep allowed me to achieve the score I wanted to achieve, and I highly recommend it for anyone considering beginning their prep as well. Thank you.